parents who've got very, very little newborn babies, they often ask me, what sort of things can you do to help interact with these little babies, help to encourage their development nice and gently, and obviously to promote bonding with them as well. And there's lots and lots of things you can do. So enjoy lots of physical contact. Their main form of communication is through touch. That's where they feel safe and secure, being held by their main carer or their parents, and it will help calm them down. Do lots of stroking as well. So you want to be able to stroke their heads and their limbs. You can hold their hands and just stroke your fingers across their fingers as well. All of that promotes sort of comfort. It helps raise their oxytocin levels. It promotes bonding, and it really helps to calm and settle the baby down as well. So lots of physical contact with the newborn baby. You also need to talk lovingly to your baby as well. They absolutely love the sound of their main carer's voice. It is their favourite thing to listen to. And if you're talking to a little one with a big smile on your face, they're going to be listening to you and taking it all in and making the eye contact and getting to recognise your face better and all the other things that go with it. It's important though to give your child time to respond. They don't have an awful lot going on up top, bless them, and it takes them a little while to process things that it takes us not very long at all. So if you're talking to your child, then be quiet and let them kind of respond and do a little bit of a giggle or a smile, and then you go, oh, you do understand what I'm saying, and then you have another sort of conversation with them. So nice, gentle things, but just keep talking to them about anything that you really want to talk about. It doesn't matter, they just love the sound of your voice. You also want to be picking your babies up so they can see your face clearly. Okay, this helps them sort of see the mouth movements, and that will obviously start the process of an understanding that, you know, we can talk, and the understanding of speech and how that works. They also get to understand your expressions as well. We are very visual with how we are feeling, and we're very happy, we've got the smile on our face, we're feeling not so bad, we've got a bit of a frown. So lots of facial expressions help them understand the feelings that they're going to be sort of experiencing in the first few weeks, months and years of their lives as well. It gives them an understanding of what's going on inside them. Babies also love really bright contrasting colours. So try and use those sort of colours in the nursery or in an area where they're going to be sort of doing their activities during the day. And then you buy sort of toys or things to play with the children. Again, the more brightly coloured that you can have them, the better. It attracts their attention more. Their eyesight is specifically designed for sort of primary bright colours. They're not very good at the shades of colours yet, but that will come in time. So lots of bright colours are really, really good for them. You also need to provide contact with other people, so adults and children. If your little one is with other children, it must be under supervised conditions, but it is really, really good for them to have some interaction with a wider group of people. But keep an eye on them as well. If they tend to get overstimulated with people sort of cooing and talking to them, then they might get a little bit sort of, anxious, and they'll need some quiet time to come back to mum, dad, their main carer, to calm down before they can then go and have a cuddle with Auntie Gladys or whoever. Nappy-free time is also a lovely, lovely thing to do with your child. Babies really love just getting their bottoms out, letting it all kick around, and getting the fresh air to that part of their body helps to reduce nappy rash, and it's just a lovely thing for babies to do. So if you try and do all of those sorts of things on a daily basis, or certainly a couple of times each week if you can, then you will really be helping to connect with your child and start that lovely process of their cognitive development. So this is a great activity to do with older toddlers and preschoolers. So the idea of the game is that you sit your child in front of you, so you've got access to their back. Okay, I'm demonstrating on this baby doll here. And you give the child either a piece of paper and a pen or a crayon, or maybe if you're sitting in the bath, you can use a bath crayon or some bubbles, anything like that. Or if you've got a sandpit in front of you, they can draw it into the sand. And what you do is you draw some lovely big shapes onto their back, and they have to then try and work out what shape it is that you are doing and draw it themselves. So for example, if I was doing a nice big circle on the back here, hopefully this child would be doing a circle with their paper and their crayon, or you could do maybe a triangle or a square, any sort of shape like that that's quite basic and quite easy for them to distinguish. For those children that are beginning to learn their alphabets, you can also extend this to start doing the letters. So you can have a nice big S or an L or an H. And for those children who may be struggling, it might be an idea to write out the shapes and the numbers that you're going to use, or the letters you're going to use in front, so they can see which ones you're going to choose from. But have a go, it's a really, really fun game, and it's just a great excuse to connect with your children as well.